to the Art of Decluttering podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Kirsty Ferrugia from Feels Like Home Professional Organisers.
And I'm Amy Revell from Simply Organised. We can't wait to share with you all our tips and tricks to help you declutter and keep your home and family organised.
If you'd like to engage with the podcast further, you can find us at the Art of Decluttering on Facebook.
Let's get started.
You've joined us for episode 64 of the Art of Decluttering. Today we'll be talking about decluttering and organising your hidden clutter.
Like the junk drawer. You know those hot spots that just seem to attract clutter?
Yep. Loads of places.
I have...
Fridge. Yeah. On top of the fridge, on top of the microwave.
Inside the fruit bowl.
Yes.
Is a massive one for so many people I know. There's like always screws and button batteries and a key that nobody's quite sure what it's for.
Yep.
A couple of dollars, a stamp.
Yep.
All in the fruit basket.
Car pockets.
Oh, yes.
Cupboards and drawers where you can close it and forget that you ever put that basket of swiped stuff.
The third drawer in every kitchen or the fourth drawer in every kitchen.
In most kitchens.
I don't have a junk drawer. Do you have a junk drawer?
No.
No, I do not have one.
No.
I don't even know what I would put in a junk drawer.
Because you have a home for everything.
That's true. That's true. All right. So if you're the kind of person that is tempted to shove stuff in a cupboard and close the door, can't be bothered trying to find a home for something. So maybe you've got a console at the front door and there's drawers in it and you just shove. This episode is for you. The listener request is from Bree Chaplin. So Bree, thank you for requesting this. I know that there are thousands of people around the world that needed you to request this episode. And hopefully the tips and tricks that we give today are going to be very helpful.
So we spoke about last week having that swipe, doing a box or a basket and swiping, and that's another place that hidden clutter gathers. When you've done a quick tidy up for friends coming over, a birthday party, and you've just swiped it into a box or a basket and you've shoved it somewhere and you're like, I'll get back to it. I'll get back to it. And you just maybe never do, and that's where the passports are hidden. So, do you know, we've spoken about this too before, that, you know, when you're looking for your keys that are lost or something that's lost, go looking in those boxes and baskets and preferably deal with all that stuff.
Put it away or throw it out.
Everything and declutter it. But also go looking in the kids' dress-ups. That's where we've also said that we've found randomness.
TV remotes, kids' dress-ups.
Yes, car keys,
kids' dress-ups, sunglasses.
Potentially even passports too, if they've gone travelling and they find them sitting on a bench and they go, hey, let's make a game of this.
That's really true.
It could be in the dress-ups. So our biggest encouragement for you all is to try and eliminate all places of hidden clutter in your home.
And eliminate them one at a time.
Yes.
Because that will be so much more manageable. So you might say, from now on, the fruit bowl will only contain fruit. I'm not going to put anything else in there. And so you make the intentional decision. And look, we may harp on this a little bit, but a home for everything and everything in its home will resolve hidden clutter, junk drawers, hot spots of clutter. Because if you have a home for it, it goes somewhere and it's not going to be in a clutter spot.
Yes. And we particularly want to encourage you to don't put things down. Put them away.
Yes.
When you found that, when you've made that home for it and you know where its home is, don't put things down. Put them away.
It's really tempting when you come home from a holiday or you come home from an overnight stay or you come home, if you've got kids with toys and you've been to a friend's house, is to come in, you're exhausted, you've had a big day, and dump everything on the kitchen table.
Yes.
Really tempting. And maybe it can live there for 3 minutes where you set the kids up with a game, you run to the toilet, and then come back and deal with it, because your future self will thank you so much that you've taken the time to return things to their home, because then you don't have to deal with that again.
Yes. And so even if it's more than 3 minutes, say you have to get them into bed, you've gone out for a late night, it's 11 o'clock at night, ideally we would, like Amy and I would deal with it before we went to bed that night. But let's have grace for yourself and say you don't get round to it until the next day. don't beat yourself up that it's still sitting there and you haven't, and you didn't do it before you went to bed last night. Have grace for yourself and just do it now.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just get it done. Your future self will thank you. We promised you that when you're looking for those passports, when you're looking for your keys, when you can't find that missing button, your future self will thank you, because you'll know that it's been put in its home and you didn't put it down, you put it away.
Do you know what I find is that delayed decisions, which is what clutter spots are, it's a whole culmination of delayed decisions, because it's like, I don't know where to put this. So you put it in one of those clutter spots, and clutter attracts clutter. It's like a magnet.
It totally is.
As soon as you start with a floor-drobe, one item put next to your bed, before you know it, you'll have 10, 15, 20 items there. It's
permission.
Magnetic.
Yeah, and because you've given yourself permission to put it on the floor once, and so then all the other clothes go,
made.
Awesome, that's where we belong. I want to be down with my mates on the floor.
And so when you look at a clutter spot, it looks overwhelming, doesn't it? And I think that's why people don't deal with them. And I think, oh my gosh, like that would take me 45 minutes to clean that spot. The longer you leave it, the longer it seems it will take. So it goes from 45 minutes to an hour to half a day to it's going to take me all day to put that stuff away. Actually, if you just do it now, you'll actually find maybe it takes 15 minutes. It always seems longer when it looks overwhelming than what it actually takes.
And what we suggest you do when you're feeling overwhelmed like that is just set a timer for 15 minutes and see what you get done in 15 minutes. Or set a limit. Say, I am just going to deal with that one countertop or that one junk drawer or that one basket or one box, and just go, I don't care how long it's going to take me, but set the timer as well and see how long it actually takes you, and don't get distracted. Don't
answer your phone.
Don't take your phone with you and go, just check Facebook or see what's happening on Insta, or I'll just look at my emails because I'm still procrastinating, dealing with this thing. And don't worry, we've all been there. This is me speaking from experience, Miss Queen of Procrastination here. So don't do that. Put your phone down, set the timer, set the, the stopwatch.
Yeah, see how long it takes.
Start, run around, put everything away, find a home for everything. Think about the way that your home operates. If you haven't got a home for it, think, where would I look for it? If I needed that piece of paper again, if I needed that spare button, if I needed those set of keys that I don't know what they're for, where would I look for them?
Yeah.
And find a home for it. Give it a home. Give it a permanent home, not just this is where it can live until I can stop procrastinating and find a home. Give it a home. Make sure the things go back there. Set timer. Come back and realize, it only took me 15 minutes.
And then don't put things in that spot again. Be intentional for that clutter spot to remain clear no matter what it takes.
Yes. And remind yourself that it's only going to take you a couple of minutes. Like if you come in with the mail and you dump the mail there, it's only going to take you a couple of minutes, like 2 minutes to open the mail and put it where it needs to go, which is mostly in the bin.
Yeah.
Mostly in the bin.
Or you pay a bill.
Yeah, you pay a bill, but then the bill can go in the bin because you paid it.
Correct. It's done. When people are... So I think the order in which you attack your hot spots, your clutter spots, your junk drawer, if you were doing a whole house declutter, I actually recommend leaving these ones till near the end, because you'll have already established homes for these things. So when you open up the junk drawer and you've got some self-adhesive hooks that go on the wall, plus you've got some batteries, plus you've got 4 pairs of scissors and you've got some Sharpies, you're thinking, well, where else are they going to go? But if you've already started the decluttering journey and organising and have like with like and a home for everything, these decisions are relatively quick because you're like, I just return the batteries to where they go.
Yeah, I've already made a home for it along my declutter journey. I'll put them with the batteries.
Exactly. So if Kirsty and I were coming in, we're not starting with a junk drawer.
No.
We're starting with rooms and really setting up systems, because then these decisions are really quick. They're not overwhelming, and you kind of take that mystic side out of it. You don't need a junk drawer because none of that belongs there. It all has somewhere else that it lives.
Yes. Perfect.
If you do have a third drawer, or you have somewhere in, say, the kitchen that you want to keep a screwdriver, a pair of scissors, some batteries, and you don't want to have them in containers in the laundry or something like that, why not use a drawer divider? So the kind of thing that you would use, say, for your crockery, you can actually have that in a drawer and still have like with like. So it's not a junk drawer in the traditional sense of everything is just shoved in.
I think you meant cutlery.
What did I say?
You said crockery. So my mind's just going, what do I use for crockery?
No, cutlery.
So cutlery
Cutlery divider.
Peeps, go back, rewind. She meant cutlery divider.
Thank you for pulling me up on that.
So confused, as I'm sure our listeners were going, what?
So you can also get from Ikea something that I really love, and they're a small container of the Variera range, and they're small enough that you could have like paper clips in some and Sharpies in another and bulldog clips in another and scissors in one, and you can kind of make the drawer however you like, whatever configuration.
Yes.
So having dividers in the drawer is another great way of having the junk drawer without it being junky.
It's a purposeful.
Correct. It's
It's
an
no longer a
organised drawer.
junk drawer. It has its purpose, and that means that the screwdriver
It's a utility drawer.
can live there, even though the rest of the screwdrivers live
Exactly.
somewhere else, because that Phillips head screwdriver lives in that drawer,
Correct.
and those pair of scissors live in those drawer, even though the rest of the scissors belong in the craft cupboard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that can be really helpful
You've
for
made
people.
a home for things.
Yes.
It just happens to be a utility drawer.
Yes.
So we're coming back to that concept that you're still giving things a proper home, not just a holiday home.
More from us in just a few minutes. Don't forget to visit our website, theartofdecluttering.com.au, and sign up for our bonus episode that is not so secret anymore.
We've done episodes on linen cupboards, sentimental items, media, baby supplies, donations, weddings, and so many more.
So if you're new to the art of decluttering, you'll find loads of great tips like this one from the episode we did on crafts and hobbies. What I'm saying is the kind of supplies we used to make jewellery back then is completely different to the type of jewellery people wear now.
Yes.
And so you can still have the same hobby, but the products that you use could completely evolve over time.
Yes, and so that's why it's really good to ask, is this still me? And equally so, is this still a passion of mine? Like, am I still passionate about this hobby? And now back to the podcast for so many more tips and tricks.
So fridge doors, let's talk about fridge doors that can have that hidden clutter on it. And I think fridges, it's not going to impede the functionality of your life to have lots of stuff on your fridge. However, the visual clutter of a full fridge can be so distracting, can't it?
It can, and things still get lost on your fridge door. You still don't remember to go to that party because the invitation is hidden behind all these other, the bills and the kids' artwork.
And all the magnets that tradies have left with you over the years, take a photo of it or so this is my little trick to be able to keep my tradies details, or the washing machine guy, or, all those kind of things you have magnets for. I put it in my phone. And so say my washing machine's guy is Paul. So I have Paul in my phone as Paul washing machine guy.
Yeah.
And so when I need a plumber, I don't have to remember my plumber's name because, sorry, plumber, I can't remember your name. I literally just search in my phone plumber.
And it comes up.
And it comes up. I know who to call.
Yeah.
So don't keep the magnets, because I think people think that they'll look at the magnets, and 9 times out of 10 you don't.
You're still going to go to Google, or you're still going to go to Facebook and go, hey,
what's
local
a recommendation?
Friends.
That's right.
Or hop on your community page, your local page, and go, hey, anyone know a good plumber?
Yeah.
You're not.
So I think permission to declutter the fridge from all those magnets that you don't like, all those magnets that are broken. The pretty ones that you bought that have fallen on the ground and its ear fell off or something. Just that
or
can
the
go.
ones that don't actually hold anything.
Oh, those pretty, like they're novelty ones that have no magnetizationing.
Yeah, love that word.
Thanks. They have no strength.
No, they have no strength. They're good for the purpose that they're made, which is to magnetize to your fridge, but not good for holding anything onto your fridge.
I was at a client's the other day and she had industrial strength magnets
So
on
you
her
could
fridge.
barely
I
pull
couldn't
them
get them
off.
off. So what I had to do is drag them along the fridge.
Scratch the fridge.
Well, she said this is the only way to get... You actually couldn't get them off. She's like, I just drag them to the end and once there's a lip on it, I can pull it off. And I said, let's throw them out. Oh, but they're really good magnets. I said, you know what? You can get awesome magnets from Ikea that you will never have this problem with. So let's get rid of these magnets that are wrecking your fridge and let's actually get some functional magnets.
So do you think that people should never have any clutter on their fridge or anything on their fridge? Should it be a clutter-free fridge?
Is this in Amy's ideal world?
Yes.
I think every family is unique and we go through seasons where we have...
My saying, not yours.
I'm morphing into you.
Yes, here we are, becoming one.
We go through seasons. Sometimes we have stuff on our fridge and sometimes we have nothing on our fridge. So we tend to use the sides of our fridge. So we don't do recipe books, but if I find a recipe that I really love, I either print it out or rip it out of whatever I'm reading it in, and I put it in a bulldog clip that's a magnet, and it goes on the side of the fridge. And there's probably 15 recipes in there that are my go-tos. So the side of the fridge we use, like our sponsor child, is on the side of our fridge.
Okay.
But at the moment, on the
They're
front of the...
actually in another country.
Our sponsor child does not live on the side of the fridge. The beautiful photo of Adrian is on the side of my fridge. But at the moment, we have a birthday invitation that's on the fridge. So they do tend to go up there because the kids like that.
Yeah.
And if they get an award from school, they usually will put it on the fridge. We have an asthma plan magnet, which we keep up there if my mum's babysitting or my dad. It just saves them having to
think about it.
It's just there. And I think at the moment I did see the kids sneak up a footy ladder with different magnets that change depending on what the ladder is.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, so I don't love that.
Won last night, by the way.
Oh, I know, by a
exciting.
ridiculous amount against West Coast.
Except
West Coast.
Wasn't as ridiculous as it could have been.
I know, but still,
Anyway,
I had a very
this is
happy
months
husband.
ago that hopefully they're in
Hopefully
the
they're
finals.
in the finals now. Oh, look at us. We're
such footy people.
Yeah. So yes, I prefer my fridge with nothing on it.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I have a bit of a thing about is my magnets have to match. And they have to be in the same
Not
colours.
at all surprising to me.
The same colours as my kitchen colours.
So red.
Red, white, black and turquoise.
I'm glad you're out of the turquoise. Otherwise, you'd have Saints colours, and that's not acceptable. Sorry
What
for
about
all
fridges
peeps
for you?
who don't even live in Australia and have no idea what
Yeah,
we're
sorry,
talking
bit
about.
of AFL love going on here.
We have a clutter-free, absolutely nothing on our fridge. Simon doesn't like magnets on the fridge. He doesn't like the scratching of the fridge.
Fair enough.
Can occur with some magnets. So we have nothing on the fridge. We have another place for invitations and...
Yes, because you've got a walk-in pantry.
we do.
Which then enables you to take some of that stuff and place it elsewhere.
Yes, we do. But I have seen great solutions for fridges at other people's homes.
Like?
There's this, one of our beautiful listeners, Lauren, has got this strip.
We're doing
magnet.
charades here.
I know, and you just...
Like at a
Shove it
restaurant
up.
where they...
Yes, exactly
Where you've
like
got
that.
your ticket and your
Yes.
order and it gets put in. Yep.
Yes,
It's
like
got the
that.
ball bearings.
I don't know.
That's how the ones at the restaurants work.
Okay, I believe you.
Yeah, do.
And that's also on the side of her fridge too.
That's a great idea.
So that it doesn't clutter up the front of her
Yeah.
fridge. Yes. And that's where... But I still think those type of things can hide still.
Yes. So let's
Things
talk...
can get lost.
One of my annoyances that I choose to let go, you know how you pick your battles?
Yeah.
One of my battles that I've chosen to lose is that my children use the car drink bottle holders that are on the side in the door as rubbish bins.
Yes.
They do it constantly.
Yes.
There's tissues, muesli bar wrappers.
Yes.
Are you saying yes because you drove my car yesterday and you
No.
saw it, or yes, your children do it too?
I think it's a universal child thing to do.
Okay, it really bothers me. And I've tried bins in the car. I got a cereal box, not cereal box, a container, it's a steamer cereal dispenser,
Yes.
and turned that into a bin.
Yes.
They still put the stuff in the car pockets.
It's convenient.
So now what I do is, if it's driving me a bit crazy and I look and I can see that it's building up, as we're getting out of the car after we've been somewhere, I'm like, all right, everyone empty the pockets. And we just do that.
We have that rule as well. We get out. Our car sits in our garage, whereas you don't have a garage.
No, ours sits in the driveway.
And we have a bin in our garage.
Smart.
So I do encourage my children to take things out of the car every time they walk out of the car, because that's just our general rule in our family. Everything comes out of the car that does not belong in the car.
That's our rule.
I know.
Except for rubbish.
I know. There's no judgment here, my
Oh, well,
friend.
I'm judging them. Rest assured, there is judgment. I'm judging my children, that is, not anyone else.
No. Everybody else is free to do what they suits them. But yes, I also have a wonderful, wonderful thing that happens in my life.
What's that?
It's called Simon.
Yes, Simon makes sure that
Yes.
the ship is shaped up.
Yes. So he comes home every night and he looks in my car every night and cleans out my car every night
Oh,
of
bless
things
him.
that have escaped my attention.
Oh, that's lovely.
It is lovely.
I did notice that there's a tennis ball rolling around the back of my car.
I noticed that too.
Yeah. I don't know when it arrived in my car. I don't know who brought it into the car, and I don't know how long it's been there. But I think it was under one of the seats.
It is underneath your driver's seat.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Because I could hear it rolling around the other day, and I thought somebody has left something in there.
Yes.
I always do have tissues in my car, though.
Yes,
So
we
that's
do
one
too.
thing that is often in the car. The box is always broken because
we
kids
have
put their
just those
feet on them.
little, 10-pack,
Oh, yeah. No, we're
like-
hardcore. We have like the 100 pack of Coles
No.
tissues.
Each kid gets a little packet of. Oh, God, charades is not working for me. Like the 5-pack or
Yeah, I know
whatever,
what you're
like
talking
the
about.
soft pack.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do because you can see me. Listeners may not.
Oh, I know them because I use them. I've got them all the time. But I should have those in the car instead of the big box that I often have.
Depends how snotty your kids are, really.
Yeah, they're not that snotty. But we use it for all kinds of things. So the other day I was dropping Jesse off at softball practice and he was like, I'm just going to jump the fence and run up the hill. And I said, it's really muddy. He goes, oh, no, I'm totally fine. These shoes got awesome grip. The poor kid gets out of the car, straight down, like face first in mud, head to toe. And he looks around at me with this eyes
I'm
of
so
I don't
sorry,
know what
Mum.
to do. I've hurt myself a little bit, but I'm also a 12-year-old boy. So he gets up again and tries to climb up and then hits the ground again the second time. And by that stage, the bottom lip's going as we come back to the car.
So trying so hard not to
It was
laugh. Poor
it was
Jessie.
one of those moments where I'm like, do I get out and save him? He's a 12-year-old boy. He's probably not going to want his mum running up and going, oh my gosh, baby, are you okay? Anyway, he comes back to the car and used half the box of tissues to clean himself up before he went back to softball practice and took the stairs.
Wise. What a wise boy. Yeah, because we have such a minimalist car, those circumstances would be quite disastrous for me because I'd be like, yeah, I got nothing for you, kid.
Yeah, you'd have
5-pack of tissues.
You've got
is
the
not
box
gonna
in the
go.
back of your car that's got all the tuna and the spare clothes in it.
It got decluttered.
Did it?
Yes.
Has it gone completely?
The box is now full of my products that I take to clients' houses, like bags, bin bags, and Ziploc bags.
Cool.
Because the kids don't need change of clothes anymore.
No.
Because if they fell over in the park like that, I'd
Yeah.
be like, good on you. Go to softball training like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, kiddo.
That's right. They're not going to
Got
kill
nothing
you.
for you.
Yeah, and they're not really at accident stage.
No, I've got size 3 clothing that won't fit a size 9 boy.
Yeah, so it has to be decluttered
Yeah.
anyway. All right, so hidden
Next.
clutter spots.
Top of the fridge.
Yeah. It's out of
Especially-
sight, out of mind.
It was especially out of sight for me because I'm so short.
On the top of our fridge, we have two things. We have a big serving tray that doesn't fit in any cupboard.
Yes.
So it sits on top of there. And my husband has a bit of a love of a stable table. You know those things, like I feel like they're from the 60s, but it's much
you can
newer
still
than
get
that.
them in Ikea.
And it's got bean bags underneath.
Yeah.
Anyway, he uses that if he's having his sweet cheese and watching the footy or something like that. And so that sits on top of our fridge as well. So it's just those two things, and it actually slides in on top of the fridge and also under the overhead cupboard so they don't then get dusty and disgusting.
Yep.
What about yours?
Nothing.
Yep.
We don't have a lot of space in between the cupboards.
Okay, yeah.
And we've got a home for everything.
Yeah, I look at the stuff that we find on top of fridges, Tupperware lids, photos. I don't know how, I think perhaps they were put on the fridge and then at some point someone's taken it off and placed it on top of the fridge. But it is a place that can be cluttered. So I would recommend don't keep anything on there if you can. And if you do have to keep something on there, make it really intentional, like your stable table.
Or your school lunch boxes.
That's
like
the only thing that belongs there.
What are they called? The soft ones
that
you put the school lunches in. And also declutter them. How many children do you have? How many do you need?
Awesome. So I hope this has been really helpful. I think the keys for you guys to remember is find a home for everything. Just do it now. There's power in 15 minutes. What can you get done in 15 minutes? Or what seems like might take half a day may take a lot less than that. And don't put things down, put them away. Don't put things down, put them away. Don't put things down, put them away.
Hey.
Don't put things down, put them away.
Don't put things down. You could put them away.
See?
When you found a house for it. Find home.
Find home for
Find
things.
home for things.
And then put them in their home.
Yes. So we hope that your junk drawer will be thanking you for this episode. We hope that your fridge door will be thanking you, that your mental clarity and the white space in your home, because you can look around and not be bombarded with clutter, will thank you. We hope your future self will thank. We know your
future self
your
is
future.
totally like fist pumping us right now because you're not going to have clutter.
Yes. So we can't wait to see you on Facebook and Instagram this week when you show us the places that you have decluttered because you have not put things down, you've put them away, you've stopped procrastinating, you've found homes for things, and you've used the power of a stopwatch.
Awesome. Well, guys, have an amazing week. We hope that you're motivated and encouraged and inspired and have the tools in your hand to get rid of some of those hidden clutter spots. Have an amazing week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us. If you've learnt something awesome today, do a friend a favour and share this episode so they too can learn the art of decluttering. You can find me, Amy, over at simplyorganised.net or on Facebook as Simply Organised PO.
You can find me, Kirsty, over at feelslikehome.net.au or on Facebook as Feels Like Home PO. Don't forget, you can see the show notes in your podcast app or over at our website, theartofdecluttering.com.au. So if there's anything you want more info on, check it out there. If you love what you hear, we'd really appreciate you leaving a review on iTunes.
We hope you've enjoyed listening and that you've learnt some tips to help you declutter and keep your home organised.
If you'd like to join our supporter community, you can do so over at patreon.com/theartofdecluttering.
We hope you have a great rest of your day and enjoy the freedom.
We've done 6 minutes on Hidden